afternoon, Eldorado Eagles. Welcome to this week's episode of Lunchtime Live, our weekly storytime broadcast. I'm Mr. Riesel, and thank you so much for joining me this week. It's great to see you. I hope you've been having fun working on your readathon activities. Remember, you have until the end of the month of April to finish the bingo board and get that submitted to your teacher. Every single student who completes the activities will win a free pizza, and we have lots of other amazing prizes to give away. So thank you to our PTO for supporting, and to all of our teachers and students for participating and encouraging each other. Let me know if you have any questions around that. I'm happy to help you work through some of those challenges and activities on your bingo board. So friends, today we continue our celebration of School Library Month with another book about the library. And this is a really fun one. This is a book called Bats at the Library. And this is written by and illustrated by Brian Lies. And sometimes we have different authors and different illustrators. But this is one of those cool cases where we have the same person who not only wrote the words to the story, but drew all the pictures. And that's always cool to see somebody with just so many different talents, right? This is a fun book about bats who once a year have an opportunity to kind of get into a library and go crazy and enjoy all the amazing things in the middle of the night when nobody's there. So I hope you enjoy it. This is Bats at the Library. And this is, of course, available in our library. It is going to live on our School Library Month display, which is a table in the middle of the library. So when you come in, if you're interested in checking this book out and reading it again, you're welcome to take it off the table and check it out. While I'm thinking of it, don't forget that we also have a student picks table as part of our School Library Month celebrations. And that is a chance for you to choose a book you love and to kind of put your name on it and quickly explain why you think others might enjoy that book. And so if you come into the library and are interested in sharing a book you love, just ask me for a pick slip, and we can help you get a book of yours featured on our student picks table so others can discover new books to read. All right, friends, let's go ahead and read our book for today. Okay, here's Bats at the Library, written and illustrated by Brian Lies. And of course, we have a little bit of a reflection on the cover here, but hopefully that gets better as we read along. The lighting in here is just a little bright. Bats at the Library. This is a fun one because it rhymes a lot. Some of the books we've read recently don't have a ton of rhyming, but this one does, and that's always a little fun and different. Another inky evening's here. The air is cool and calm and clear. We've feasted, fluttered, swooped, and soared, and yet we're still a little bored. All this sameness leaves us blue and makes us ache for something new. Then word spreads quickly from afar. A window has been left ajar. Ajar means slightly open, so I think the bats see an opportunity to get in somewhere. Can it be true? Oh, can it be? Yes, Bat Night at the Library. It is a little bright in here on this book today. Let's see, maybe that helps. The sky is lively as we race together toward our favorite place. Eager wings beat autumn air. Look, that's it. We're almost there. Then, squeezed together wing to wing, we rocket through the opening. We've waited for this night all year, but this is it, at last. We're here. For most old bats, this isn't new. They've got lots of things to do. They'll flutter off and lose themselves among the books lined up on shelves. Other bats, in munchy moods, will study guides to fancy foods, or hang out by a lamp instead to talk about the books they've read. But little bats will have to learn the reason that we must return. The ones who haven't come before have no idea what's in store. So the older bats are excited to share the library experience with the younger bats who haven't been before, right? That's pretty cool. Some of them will drift away and figure out a game to play, like shaping shadows on the wall or wingtip tag around the hall. You can see them making shadow puppets here. You probably don't recognize this, but this is kind of an old projector. We don't have those much in our schools anymore. This big box is loads of fun, blasting brighter than the sun. Instead of copying books from shelves, we can duplicate ourselves. Doesn't matter where you look, there's nothing like a pop-up book. The fountain water's nice and cool and makes a splendid swimming pool. Please keep it down. You must behave. This library is not your cave. It's hard to settle down and read when life flits by at dizzy speed. But story time is just the thing to rest a play-exhausted wing. I hope you're finding today's story time nice and relaxing. And if we listen, we will hear some distant voices drawing near. Louder, louder, louder still, they coax and pull us in until everyone, old bat or pup, has been completely swallowed up and lives inside a book instead of simply hearing something read. When you start reading a good book, you could just get swallowed up by it, right? Soaked up in it and so into it and absorbed that you're almost taken to another world. That's kind of what they're talking about here. Not really swallowed up. Here we see our bats imagining that they're different characters or in different worlds because of the books they're reading. You might recognize what this bat is dressed up as. If you think back to maybe our fractured fairy tale unit, Fractured Fables. Breathless, lost within the tale, no one sees the sky grow pale. It's starting to become morning, huh? What is that light? A lamp? The moon? Our bookish feast can't end so soon. It feels as though we've just begun, but now we leave our books half done. Through the window, into sky, it's much too late, we've got to fly. But maybe a librarian will give us bats this chance again and leave a window open wide to let us share the world inside. For now, we'll dream of things we've read, a universe inside each head. Every evening, one and all will listen for that late night call. Can it be true? Oh, can it be? Yes, bat night at the library. The end. So I hope you enjoyed Bats at the Library today. One of my favorite things about that book is it kind of highlights just how special of an experience it could be to read a book and just use your imagination to really pretend like you're in the book. Has that ever happened to you? I'd love to hear what book kind of helps you really just get taken away somewhere else. What book really lets your imagination go wild? If you have one of those, let me know. I'd love to hear that. And if you haven't had that experience yet, I would love to help you find a book that lets you have that. I would also love to hear if you were a bat, or maybe if you were just a kid and had the chance to sneak in and spend the night in the library, what would you do? What would be the most exciting thing that you could imagine to do inside of a library if you got to maybe have like a sleepover party in the library? I can think of a lot of things, but I'd love to hear your ideas as well. Maybe one day it would be cool to be able to offer that opportunity to our students here. I'm not sure if that's possible, but I think it would be fun. So, friends, thank you so much for joining me this week. Once again, happy School Library Month, happy Readathon Month, and I hope to see you next week. We'll see you soon. Bye.